What's going on, guys? Compounds over 10 back again for another video here on the channel, and welcome to another episode of Minecraft Modded. And wait, there you go. I'm looking in every single which direction at you guys, because thank you, as I don't know, just know I'm looking at you watching this vid, and I'm like, I appreciate you. So, what did we do last episode? If you didn't watch it, we delved into a bit more advanced machines. So we've got our tools now, which is what episode 1 was pretty much. And last episode we built this whole setup to be able to pull lava from the nether using this ender tank, get stored in this tank, and then which then fills these magma dynamos, which then powers our energy cell, which then goes up to those machines up there and powers it. So that's all well and good. It's fine and dandy. Everyone likes that. Everyone likes having machines powered. I swear it's always fucking nighttime in this game. Literally, I swear. So what are we doing this episode? Now, so there's a few different avenues that I could go down. However, I'm sick and tired of having all these fucking blocks everywhere, every which way I look. I need 2 different chests for ores. It's just a little bit too much, and I don't like it. So what we're going to start on today is a little mod called Refined, if I can spell it, Refined Storage, which essentially is a bunch of machines that stores your items digitally rather than physically. You can still obviously have them and access them as much as you want, but it's all done basically through a computer network. Right, okay, so to get started with Refined Storage, there's a few blocks we need. First of all, we're going to need a controller, which looks like this. It's it's on our recipe. We need some advanced processors, a machine casing, some silicon, quartz enriched iron as well. Now, quartz enriched iron is what you might think it is. It's literally iron with quartz, and you get quartz enriched iron. It's extremely easy to do. No worries. Silicon is literally made from smelting quartz or smelting quartz dust. In the case of Applied Energistics quartz, Applied Energistics and Refined Storage are 2 very similar mods. However, Refined Storage is basically just a cheaper option, so I'm going with Refined Storage. And then last but not least, we also need that machine casing, which is just more iron around some stone. Again, nice and simple. And then we've got, this is where it gets a little bit more complicated. We need an advanced processor, which is made from smelting a raw advanced processor, which is made from processor bindings, diamonds, redstone, and silicon. So it gets a little bit more expensive, especially when it's involved slime. Luckily, we have a perfect solution to finding slime in this mod pack. Yeah. So this mod, in this mod pack, you know that we have Tinker's Construct installed. Another beautiful thing about Tinker's Construct is that they have slime islands. They're literally islands that are in the sky, and I in fact have one over that direction-ish, give or take. And from that, I managed to grab a couple of purple slime saplings. Now I can prop these down. Probably should have grabbed some bones with me before I jump down. Speaking of bones, do I have any in the chest before I run up there? I do not. Luckily, I have tons of quartz as well, so which is what we're going to need for this. Diamonds is the more expensive thing that we're going to be using, but luckily as well, in my last mine trip I managed to get 30 of them, so hopefully that will treat us well as well. So let's quickly just grab some bones right here, and we'll grow some of these slime trees. I have some blocks already in my chest, but I just want to show you guys really for preface, really. Or I'm pretty sure bone meal works on these. Maybe not. It might not grow because obstruction. But either way, if it's not going to grow with bone meal, these just grow into trees, essentially. But instead of a wood, the bark of the tree is made from slime blocks, which I believe are right here. Congealed slime blocks. And guess what happens when you put them into a crafting grid? You get slime balls. So, do we need to go finding a slime chunk in this world? No, we do not. We got easy solutions. Okay, so we got a lot of the stuff that I needed. I got a bunch of processor bindings. I had to go set up a sheep farm to do it, which is now down there by the cows. I'll show you it eventually. So because I had to get string. We've got a bunch of quartz iridium, quartz enriched iron. Obviously, because we needed it. I have so much iron and quartz anyway, so I just did a bunch of it, and I'm well, I've got more iron cooking, but I finished up cooking up some silicon as well. I don't think I've got any more cooking now. So this should be a decent enough amount to get going for right now. So I just need a bit of redstone on me as well. So let's just chuck that. That might be enough. I don't know really. So let's do the machine casing. So I just need stone, which I've got in here. I think we might need a few of these, so I'm just gonna grab it. Like, I'll grab 6 of them. Like, that's a lot of enriched iron already, but I'm just gonna grab a lot of them anyway, just in case. That should be everything as well. I don't know how many of these I'm gonna need. I don't want to use too many diamonds, so for right now I'm just gonna do 10, and then we can grab this. Oh no, I've already done that. And now, so yeah, so now I just gotta smelt them up real quick. Alright, so we got everything now, so that's a controller done and dusted. That's the first step moving forward to getting started with refined storage. The next thing that we should get started on is the disk drive, because this is what we're going to need to store all of our stuff. So I need chests. I believe that will turn into a chest, so I need that. I've already got the advanced processors, so I need 2 of those, and then the iron. So let's grab some wood real quick. We're only getting 2 drives, so this will be fine. Disk drive. Oh, there is a screwdriver. Nice. Boom. That's those 2 as well. One thing I do need to see if works is, will it take power from this? Okay, so it doesn't go into that. I think power connects, but if I do that, will that connect? It does. So that's our controller running off the power as well, so that's dandy. But what I think is probably gonna be the better option is to run the cable underneath. So I'm gonna do that real quick. I'll be back. So we have these 2 disk drives which hold 8 disks per thing. Now that is a lot of storage, but it isn't cheap to come by. I just made 2 because we'll probably need 2 eventually. The next thing that we need to do is actually put disks inside these drives, which is where it comes a little bit more expensive, I do so believe. So with the, I might actually just have, I could have items and then liquid. We might do that, because with refined storage you can store liquids as well as items. But so for it now, all we're going to be focusing on right now is items. So first of all, you've got 1K storage disks, 4K, 16K, and 64. I'm going to try and go for this big boy, the 64K storage, just to go with. I'm going to try and get this right off the bat. So I'm going to go down the rabbit hole of making this, which is making a 64K storage part, which is involved in making 3 16Ks, which involves making 3 4Ks, which involves making 3 1Ks. So it's a lot of crafting to do. You guys don't want to see that, so I'm going to go down the rabbit hole of trying to do this, and I'll be back hopefully with a 64K storage drive. Whew, just like that. After a lot of resources, more than I'd care to admit. It's probably a little bit excessive for right now, but what it allows us to hopefully do is not really need anything extra, at least for a little bit. If I can get a couple of, at least a 64K, and then I'll work on some more 16Ks, maybe a little bit later on down the line as we need it. But for right now, we have a 64K storage part. Then all we need to do is make a storage housing, which I believe I can do, which is easy peasy. Then we put this storage housing next to this, and boom, we have a 64K storage unit, or disk to use the proper terminology. Okay, so this is all well and good. We basically have the fundamentals of a system that we need. However, we can't access it. So what we need to do is go ahead and make something to access it. This is where the grid, crafting grid, pattern grid, and fluid grid come in to play. First of all, we're just going for a standard old grid. We've got the machine casing. We've got these already. Improved processor. I think I've got a couple of those spare for right now. So we just need these destruction core, which is a nether quartz, and basic processor, which I think I have. And then a basic processor and glowstone for a construction core. So if I do that, I got one of those. If I do, I don't have quartz on me, but I was gonna say, yeah, two's fine. I only need two. We'll go back to the grid, grab the destruction core, boom, and then can I? No, the machine casings are in here. Good thing I made a few in ahead, and now we have a grid. And what we can do is, I would place it there, but something else will go there. For right now, we can pop that there, and we have access to our system. And what we can do with it, actually, hold on, I'm probably just gonna pick this back up. But essentially, what this means is we can put shit in it, and it will store it. And you can see there, it's using 6 out of 6,400 bytes, because there's 6 items. But we're gonna improve this once more. We don't just want a grid. So what we're going to do is take this grid and boom, upgrade it to a crafting grid. Can you imagine what this is? Boom. It's the same thing as we just saw. It's just got a crafting table in it. So we can store everything in it. I believe we can synchronize it with JEI. So if I go ahead and type, oh well, you can't see anything in it right now, but if I chuck in iron and gold, so if I type in iron, okay, so it doesn't work with this, so it works here. If I type in iron in here, then it will go in there as well. Right, so now that we've got our 64K storage drive, we've got our grid so we can access it, I'm going to take a few seconds, get rid of all my chests, hopefully, if my storage drive holds up, and just get rid of all my items in the chest and put them into the handy dandy system we have created. And with this, guys, that's the last chest I own. Why did I go to British there? That last chest I own. Last chest I own. But the last chest that I have now destroyed, we'll go ahead and chuck that in there. And that is all my items stored digitally. Let's see how much of an impact it made on our poor drive. It was fine. We have used 8,200 bytes out of the 64,000 we have, so 64k is well enough. I generally thought I had more than that. Currently we're using 5 energy per tick, which is hardly anything, mainly because the system is so small. I'm going to leave these crafting tables here anyway, but so what's this called? Mineral again. So if we go in here, type in, oh yeah, I want to do, oh, there we go. Mineral planks. And boom. Nice and fixed. It's nice to have a system up and running again. I've missed it so much. Okay, so there are 2 more things that I want to make for now with refined storage, and that is a wireless crafting grid, or grid. It doesn't really matter which one I do. I might just go grid. I think crafting isn't necessarily required, but I'll see. And the other thing that we need to make is a wireless transmitter. So let's get ahead on the wireless transmitter first. I think we have everything that is needed. I think I should just be able to place that in there for now, as I don't have any cables attached to it. That is perfectly fine for right now, just to sit there. Maybe we won't put it there. Maybe we'll pop it on top there, because it doesn't look like anything suspicious. Okay, so we've reached a little bit of a crossroads, and the fact that the thing I want to do, oh, there's a sheep farm by the way. The next thing that I want to make is that crafting grid. which to do so, we need a little bit of an ender pill. However, I used my last ender pill to make that wireless transmitter, as you just saw me do. So we need to kill a bunch of endermen. However, well, first of all, it's daytime, so that's unfortunate. I did hear, ironically, when I found out, the second I found out, and this is gonna sound really like, I know I'm the owner of the server and everything, and I can do whatever, but ironically, as soon as I found out that I needed another ender pill, I did hear another enderman. I did hear an enderman teleport somewhere. So around here somewhere is indeed a enderman, but I cannot see one. So I've got two options. I can either spend all my time looking for enderman, or I can move on, make some extra. I need to cover that up. I can move on and work on a bit of work on a different mod essentially until I actually have some enderman once more. So I decided to come into the nether real quick, because for some reason endermen spawn in the nether somewhat a little bit more frequently than they do in the overworld, especially when it is daytime. And just so you guys can see the impact, forgot to press shift. Just so you guys can see the impact of the pump. This is what eventually this entire lava lake will turn into. So I will plan on either changing fuel source later down the line, or manually, as by manually I mean machines, producing lava for me. But and I'm sorry, I just hit you on the microphone there. So I'm gonna do a little bit of a run around, see if I can find any enderman. I'm not gonna spend too long because I actually have to go soon and do something. So I'm not gonna spend all my time in the end. I'm just gonna see if I can get one ender pearl, and if I can, then great. If not, then I'll move on to the other mod. Mod. Oh, and you know what I was saying about those slime islands before? Well, they also spawned in the nether, and this is what they look like in the nether, just so you know. Okay, so I found two. I've been in the nether for about half an hour, and I found two this entire time. That's one ender pearl, and that is two. So we can do what I wanted to. If I could find one more ender pearl, it'd be great for future plans, but right now, that's all we could need. Oh, it's nice coming back and not having to try and sort my inventory into chests that I want. I can just come in here and just... A dimlit parcel. Okay, I'm gonna take that. I'll look at that in a second because I don't know what it is. There's a few, like, there are now mods that I'm now taking interest at. I'm gonna have to look up, like Draconic Evolution looks pretty cool. Ender IO with broken spawners looks pretty cool. If I can remake those into blaze spawners, then XP will be quite nice as well. But for right now, we only have one thing on our mind, and that is doing refined storage, and that is getting a... We need another crafting grid. Oh shit. So that means I need another one of those. Let's make a couple of them because... Wrong one. Do that. And then do we want a crafting wireless terminal? Yeah, probably. So we do that, then we do that. And then we can do wireless crafting grid, hopefully. Oh, what are we missing? Take one of those quickly. Smelt it up. And now we can do the wireless crafting grid, which you can probably assume does what you think it does. With this transmitter, it allows me to access my system. So I can do that, and now it's linked to my system. However, it's not powered, so we need to charge it. So, to craft it, we have to go back to one of our other mods that we've so far looked at, and that's thermal expansion. So, for some reason, refined storage at the moment in the mod, obviously we're in 1.12, or there might be in the newer versions that are coming out for 1.15, I don't know. There's no way of charging this in the current format, so you need to use a charging format from another mod. And we are going to use thermal expansions, energetic infuser, which I'm hoping will work. So, let's go ahead and get this back up here. So we're going to make an energetic infuser, which requires a few things. So first of all, we can make copper gears. That's fine. We need machine frame, which requires a tin gear. Good damn it. I have tin. There we go. Energetic infuser again. Let's get that back up. Tin gear. We'll make a couple of them. We need these. I think I don't have silver. Okay. So I now have a little bit of silver. It's pulverizing there to my left. You can see it. But for right now, we've got enough to do what we need, I believe. I think I've already got some of those, but I'll make another couple too. Boom. Boom. Energetic fuser. And I believe we can go into lead stone. So we want a leadstone conduit once more. We want to chuck this. Yeah, but I don't know. Maybe it can go here because it's part of it. Yeah, screw it. We'll put it here. So we do that. Put the die right back there. Grab the energetic infuser. Pop it there. This will then start choosing. I believe I should be able to put that in there. It will charge. And now that it's charged, we can go ahead and take it out. Let's think about it. Let's just go ahead and disable those. And now, as long as we're in range of, I believe, 16 blocks. Yes, we can get upgrades for that later, don't worry. We can go ahead and access our system. It's pretty sick, I know. So another thing I want to quickly make is a bag of holding, which essentially is a bag that lets you hold more stuff. I believe we've already got the chest, so the only thing that we need to focus on is getting a magical wood, which is a bookcase. So we need to make a book. I believe we should. I think we can. We need to make 2 of those, which then means we can make a bookcase. Which then we need to make a bag of holding, which is plus that. So we do. Interesting. Ah, there you go. Magical. I don't know why that didn't work in there, but that's there. Boom. Bag of holding, which lets you open it and you get a double chest full of stuff. Just do not try and put your bag of holding inside your bag of holding, because it doesn't like it very much. So what we can do with the bag of holding, or at least what I'm going to primarily use this one for, is to hold extra tools that I don't need on me all the time. So like for this case, I'm going to put Stormbreaker in there, which is my lumber axe. Pretty much I need all these actually I don't really need my regular axe on me all that often, but I'm going to keep it on there. But there are various tools that you need in this mod pack really to operate with a lot of mods. So I'm just gonna keep stuff that I don't necessarily need on me all the time, but kind of also do. That will also come in handy, if that makes sense. So I know it seems that we're doing a lot in this episode. Well, actually, I don't know. I don't know how long this episode will actually end up turning out to be, but there's pretty much like one more thing I want to do, and that's making a couple of hardened upgrades, which will upgrade our handy dandy cell down there, as well as we can do it to upgrade some of these machines. So we need bronze. Now, how do you make bronze? You might ask. And simply it's 4 copper and a tin. I believe you can melt it in the smeltery as well. I don't know if you get more for your 3 tin. Yeah, so it's exactly the same. So we just need some copper in a system like that, and then some tin, which I need to evidently go mining for a bit more. I'm actually gonna go ahead and just get that pulverizing real quick. Just so we have some more. I'm gonna need to go mining for some tin pretty soon, I'd imagine. But that gives us some bronze, so let's go ahead and make some of that. And we can go back to thermal expansion, and we can go ahead and I think we've got some invar, so oh no, I need to make the bronze gear real quick, don't I? There we go. We'll make 2 because that's how many we've got. And then that should allow me... first, I don't want to waste some for right now. So let's go ahead and jump down here. And first but not least, let's upgrade that. So now we have an energy cell hardened, not a basic. So what this allows us to do is essentially store more power. So it will just be helpful for if and when lava runs out, just having extra storage. Backup will be nice. And for right now, we'll just go ahead and upgrade the pulverizer right here. This is now a pulverizer which again stores more power, and I believe it will be a little bit faster. It also allows us to use an augmentation, which is upgrades essentially for it. So auxiliary, I believe there is a speed one. Aha. So yeah, so we need the auxiliary reception coil, which, as you can see there, hovering over it, it says increases maximum power, is whatever, and it will increase machines processing speed. So that is what we indeed want. So we'll have a look at what's involved in doing that. Very simple by the looks of it. Boom, boom, and then boom. So I don't know how much faster that will do. I also don't know if you can put multiple in it or if it's just one. So let's go ahead and test that theory real quick. Like, are they stackable? No, they are not. They are not stackable. But that's fine. So in general, this should now pulverize it faster, mainly because, well, it's a hardened output. It's a hardened machine, and it's got the processor speed. So if we watch this, it does seem to be a bit quicker. I can't really tell myself just by looking at it, but I'll just like to believe that it's going faster. So with that all being said and done, guys, I believe that we've made a decent amount of progress this episode, even though if it might not come out on a video. Like, I've been at this for about 2 hours now. Don't know how long that will progress into a YouTube video, but I think we've done a decent amount for today. Plus, I actually do have to go, unfortunately, as of right now. I've got something. I got something to watch. I'm gonna go watch Maya Night live stream. Essentially, that's what I'm doing right now. Plus, I gotta go order food. So, living, right? So, yeah. Like I said, I think we made some good progress. We got our. Let's just do a quick recap. Let's just not look like we're about to go kill us unalive ourselves. We basically set up a nice handy dandy storage system which holds all of our goddamn items. Lovely, you love to see it. We also made this energetic diffuser which allows us to control our wireless crafting grid, which means we can be anywhere within 16 blocks, which we will upgrade eventually. And that was it. And we also made a bag of holding. But this required a lot of materials to do, so it might not seem like a lot, but I think it's a lot. And worst case scenario, if I go to edit the video and it's not as long as at least over 20 minutes of me talking, then I'll do another live stream and I'll just combine them. So easy peasy. Cheating the system. But other than that, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you did enjoy. Hope you guys might have learned something from me doing this, and if you like it, just show some support. Comment, just comment. You don't even need to like. I'm not comment. Just give me some feedback. That's all I want. But other than that, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you did enjoy. I shall see you guys next time. Bye.